School. I'm Abigail Stutz.
And I'm Sloan Litton.
Today is Friday, February 3rd, and welcome to your GNN.
Please join us for a moment of silence.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the Gresham mission statement.
The mission of Gresham Middle School is to develop responsible, lifelong learners by encouraging all students to reach potential. Please be seated.
Yoga has started back up. Yoga will meet on Tuesdays in the activity room from 6:30 to 7:30.
Trials for track team will take place from February 6th through the 8th. All students must have a physical form filled out.
Valentine's Dance. The annual Valentine's Day Dance and Sweet Shop will be Monday, February 13th from 3:45 to 5. Tickets will be $5 and all items at the Sweet Shop are $1. Tickets must be bought in advance and will be on sale each morning from 7:45 to 8:15 from February 6th to February 10th.
Students who are assigned a full day of RLC or a day of OSS between January 18th and February 13th will not be able to attend the dance. Purchased tickets are non-refundable.
Important dates. Monday, February 13th, student dance from 4 to 5:30.
Wednesday, February 15th, early release.
Let's say the 4 B's.
Be safe, be responsible, be respectful, and be kind.
Gresham Middle School. For those of you that might be interested in participating in track, we have a huge problem. We've got about 9 physical forms from everybody who wants to do track with us this spring. So, what I need from anyone who's interested in track is for you to take one of the physical forms, which you can find in our main office, go home, bring them to an adult who can take them to a physician or doctor that can sign that shows that you've been to a doctor. We need you to submit your physical forms by Monday, which is when tryouts start after school in the gym. Please, if you're interested in track, get your physical forms and bring them to me or Coach Barkley. Have a great day.
Good morning, Gresham Middle School. This is Mr. Dave. And this year, for Black History Month, we're going to be presenting historical figures that have truly shaped our African American history, but not only of the past, but also of today. And we won't just focus on African Americans, we'll also have Afro-Latino, because they too play a huge role in our African American history and culture. With these presentations that we have throughout the month, I will not be the only one doing it. It will also be the young men of the Mustache Fraternity, fellow co-workers, and other students. We look forward to presenting you with this information that you can take in, keep down in your head as new information, but also to learn something new. So take care.
Good morning, Gresham Middle School. My name is Jeremiah Francis, and I would like to present you for your first day of Black History Month with an important figure, Louis Armstrong. He was a trumpeter and singer, also part of the Harlem Renaissance. Remember to have a gladiator kind of day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next number we're going to swing for you is one of the good old favorites.
Louis Armstrong was the first great influence in jazz, no question about it.
Louis Armstrong was born on August 4th, 1901, in New Orleans, Louisiana. When he was only 11 years old, Armstrong was sent to live at a boys' home.
It was really at the Colored Wife's Home where Armstrong really learns how to play the cornet, and he realized, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Armstrong played in various bands and riverboats before moving to Chicago in 1922 to join his mentor Joe Oliver's Creole Jazz Band.
That band was very significant because it was the first famous jazz band in Chicago that really highlighted the New Orleans sound, the New Orleans talent.
With his recordings from 1925 to 1928, with his group The Hot Five and The Hot Seven, Armstrong changed the course of jazz, producing hits like Muggles and West End Blues.
Armstrong's sense of swing, his solos, his singing, his scatting, it's all there. Every form of popular music that comes after can be traced to those 1920s recordings.
In 1926, he recorded Heebie Jeebies and quickly became one of the most popular jazz musicians in America.
Armstrong had been scatting long before he recorded the Heebie Jeebies. What Armstrong did, however, was influence a new generation of jazz vocalists to incorporate scat singing as part of the genre of jazz.
In 1929, Armstrong performed a jazz rendition of Ain't Misbehavin', which became his biggest selling record to date.
Louis Armstrong had a way of taking a popular song and making it his own.
During the 30s, Armstrong recorded his theme song, When It's Sleepy Time Down South. And in 1937, he became the first African American to host a sponsored national radio broadcast.
Armstrong broke down many barriers throughout the 1930s. He becomes the first African American to have in his contract that he would not play a hotel he could not stay at. He becomes the first African American star to get featured billing in a Hollywood movie. Just through his music and the sheer force of his personality, the barriers start falling.
Armstrong fronted a small jazz band called the All-Stars in 1947 and made guest appearances in feature films with artists like Bing Crosby, Mae West, and Grace Kelly.
He makes over 35 films and was the first jazz musician to appear on the cover of Time magazine. Louis was the real king of jazz.
Throughout the 50s and 60s, Armstrong toured worldwide and recorded some of his biggest hits, including Porgy and Bess and What a Wonderful World. At the age of 63, he became the oldest artist to hit #1 on the pop chart with his rendition of Hello, Dolly.
Louis Armstrong really ushered in modern jazz by bringing together a sense of blues, aesthetic, musical virtuosity, and astounding intonation on his instrument.
Over his lifetime, Armstrong made thousands of recordings and received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Armstrong continued to perform until he died from a heart attack on July 6, 1971.
There's never been a musician as popular as Louis Armstrong. And even years later, when Good Morning Vietnam used a recording that Louis Armstrong did, What a Wonderful World, that went to the top of the charts years after he had passed away.
That's it for the morning news. Have a great day.
I just want to remind everyone that it is a great day to have a great day at Gresham Middle School.
Good morning, Gresham.
Hang on.